Okay, YouTube, first let me apologize. I just walked outside, don't have my morning makeup on or anything like that. I didn't want to wake up the people that my family that I'm staying with while I'm conducting business. But I wanted to drive home this point while I was reading through the video I made yesterday. And I want to say this before I even get into anything. There's one lesson that I learned in life, is that usually people don't like hearing the truth. Like, let's say for instance you have a friend who you know is a lazy person. And let's say you go to that friend and say, hey man, look, I don't know how to break this to you, but you a lazy guy and you need to get your crap together. They will, first of all, get mad at you for saying something like that. And then number two, they will come up with an excuse of why they are there the way they are. Oh, I have a thyroid problem, or I have arthritis, or such and such, or in the morning my energy level is whatever. They will come up with something to try to explain why they are the way they are. Now, this is part 2 of the video I made yesterday about you. If you're fat and ugly, you're at a disadvantage. Now, first of all, let me say something. Let me clear something for myself. The advice that I'm giving you, right, is for the people who would never go into business. And you may ask yourself, what do you mean? I know that everybody I'm talking to in this video right now would not be in business. Some of you guys don't have the courage. Some of you guys are just going to stay and think and say one day, and you're gonna die and you're never gonna do it. Right? So I'm trying to give, me knowing that, I'm trying to give the best advice possible to the people who may continue to work jobs. Because the game that I was talking about, I don't play that game. You know why? Because I don't have to, because I create my own income. I know we still have some Demcat followers and some George for title followers and things here who have that same mindset, who are still prepping cans and oh, the government's gonna hurt me, blah blah blah. I know that, so that's why I'm not going to say do your own thing all the time. Sometimes I have to give advice for the person who's going to remain at the job. And whether you want to believe it or not, guys, that exists. If you're fat and ugly, people, you're not going to be at the top of the totem pole, especially if it's a guy that's working there. And I'm not even trying to be funny about it or anything like that. Come on, guys, really. Think about it. Let's go for a second. Let's talk about high school in America, because it's different in other countries. In other countries, when I was in China, you'll find out that school is about whoever's the smartest is the most popular. In the U.S., whoever's the most prettiest or more handsome is the most popular. But it's funny because usually at the end of the day, those guys end up being they bag your groceries at grocery stores. They become the fat guy, and that girl becomes the whatever. They don't go off to do the things that they were supposed to do. Usually, the so-called nerd is the one that excels, the one that everyone made fun of because of the way they, let's see it together, guys, looked. Because of the way they look, their glasses, their tight pants, their study habits, because they were studying all the time. Come on, guys. Let's stop playing a game here like we don't know that this freaking exists. All right? Stop. Let's stop kidding ourselves. Man, I'm just biting myself. I literally just woke up out of the bed and came and do this. Now, when you're in the business world, you can do that. You can do what you want to do. I can wear what I have on right now and be okay. You know why? Because it's not so much about what I look like at that point. It's so much about what service I'm providing for that individual. Think about it. If I'm the only guy in town that has a grocery store, I can show up to work in my boxers. And guess where those people are going to come get their groceries from? Right there. Because the nearest grocery store is 100 miles away. You see what I'm saying? Business breeds freedom. The same game that I'm telling you guys not to play, I don't have to play. I haven't played that game in 10, 11 years. 10, 11 years. This game that I'm talking about is for those individuals who choose to work jobs, which stands for just over broke. You know? And when I make a statement about jobs, guys, I don't mean to put anybody down here or anything like that, because a lot of my subscribers have them. I just want you to know, so you don't have any false information, that really you're at a disadvantage because you're using time to make money. I just want to continuously remind you of that. I don't want you to get in this zone or this thought that one day I'm going to be filthy rich. Well, yeah, if you win a lottery, or if you've invested in a 401k and when you're 65, you know, you're going to get your money and you're going to get your dentures at the same time. I'm just letting you know that. All right? When you work on the side, those are the things that get you to the finish line faster. Not working at the job. Think about it. So, come on, guys. You know where I'm going with this. It's not rocket science. You know, and then I don't know. I just want to leave the story with this. One of the most greatest uncles that I actually admire. Actually, wasn't my uncle. He was my cousin, but an older cousin. This guy would come with clothes. First of all, he would when he would visit as a kid. I remember he always smelled nice. He always had clothes and they were pressed and had the right hat, different hats to match the outfit. Everything was great. And then he had his other clothes on a hanger, like a little garment bag. And he would come in the house with that, and those are already pressed and ready to go. And he'll put those clothes on. I never saw this guy out of character of being a well-dressed man. Never. He carried himself with charisma and things like that. And for that, I could always see the people who were around him would always admire him. And he would always sell something. He always had stuff in his truck. And I'm not saying all this stuff was legal. I mean, he wasn't selling drugs or anything like that. You know, but he would sell like the CDs and car fresheners and things like this. He always, and as soon as he would pull up, everybody would flock to him and they would want to sit down and watch him talk because of how he carried himself. So it could be a great tool for you if you're in a job force. And it also, don't get me wrong, it also could be a good force for you too in the business world. I mean, I don't go around dressing like a bum or anything just because I have the right to. You know, it's outer appearance is one of those things that when people judge you, because everyone mostly is judgmental, very few people aren't. It's just one of those things that people gravitate to. I don't know why. It just seems that's the way it is. So I think you guys get the point. Let me hear what you have to say. I gotta go back and take a shower and get ready. And thank you guys for watching the channel. And one guy said, "Stop doing this." And he said, "Now you just added 2 more, so I'm gonna add 2 more on just for him." So, signing off.